السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
غسان
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. فصلوات الله وسلامه عليه. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد. It saddens me that today, on the eve of Ramadan, instead of dedicating the entire khutbah to Ramadan, we as a community once again have to address an issue which doesn't seem like it wants to go away. As you all know, a few days ago in Britain, another young, overzealous, misguided Muslim attacked innocent people. And once again, we saw the double standards of the media. And subhanAllah, it's something that no matter how many times it happens, we always hope before they announce who carried out the attack, we always hope that's not a Muslim. And after that, we still feel the burden and the sorrow and the anger and the backlash of it. 15 years we've been dealing with this, and it doesn't seem like it wants to go away, nor does it want to change. But us as Muslims, this is sometimes out of our hand. What can we do more than condemn the attack, teach Muslims and non-Muslims how this is completely against Islam? But there is one thing that we don't do. And I take your attention to the concluding verses of Surah Al-Hijr, the 15th chapter of the Quran, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, after أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَلَقَدْ نَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ يَضِيقُ صَدْرُكَ بِمَا يَقُولُونَ فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَكُن مِّنَ السَّاجِدِينَ وَاعْبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينُ. These verses teach us what to do when we feel the pressure. It addresses Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam directly, and to us indirectly, because we are followers of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling him that we know, Allah knows the anger in your heart, the stress that you feel, the sorrow that you deal with, the frustration that you have to encounter when you hear these misconceptions, these attacks against you, against Islam, against Allah, against the Quran, against the Sharia. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's in your heart. Brothers and sisters, when Islamophobia is just a tool used against us to marginalize us, whatever reason, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that every time you hear this news, your heart boils because of these fools who misrepresent Islam, and we have to bear the burden of that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that you're frustrated when you see the double standards of the media. A few weeks ago, several weeks ago, prior to this recent attack, another attack in Britain, which a person took his car and rammed many civilians, killing 4. A week or so ago, the same exact incident in New York, Times Square. A guy takes a car and rams many people. Yet, when it's a Muslim, it's Islamic fundamentalism, Islamic extremism that caused him to do that. When it's a non-Muslim, it's just some guy. The same story over and over and over again. But Allah tells you, He knows how you feel. He knows the frustration, the sorrow, and the burden that's on your shoulders because of both sides. Both sides are unjust. And if you recognize and acknowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's in your heart, that's enough to kind of soothe those feelings, to simmer it down. But do you not think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not reward you for your patience? Of course He will. Brothers and sisters, or brothers and sisters, move forward so we can make more room for our friends who are coming in. Jazakumullahu khair. Do you not think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you for the burdens which you bear by the acts of others? Of course Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will. Do you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't recognize your sincerity in faith when you continue to be steadfast on Islam in light of these situations? Of course Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala recognizes that. That is evidence of your faith. Does not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not recognize and love the fact that you still come to Jum'ah, that you still perform your 5 prayers, you will still pray, fast Ramadan and pray Taraweeh, regardless of the pressures around us? Of course Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward us greatly for that. So have glad tidings and be optimistic, brothers and sisters. This is just a phase. Regardless of how long it takes, it's a phase. And in the end, we know who victory is for. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised that victory is for those who are pious, which are you, inshallah, me and you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, reminding us that He knows what you're going through. But don't just acknowledge it, don't just think, do action. What is the action? فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَكُن مِّنَ السَّاجِدِينَ. So praise your Lord, praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and be of those who perform sujood. Meaning, prayer. When you feel these burdens, go to prayer immediately. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ. The word subhanallah, one of the most commonly said words by Muslims, but how many of us actually know what it means? Listen to the meaning of subhanallah. The word subhan comes from the root sabaha in the Arabic language. The word sabaha means to distance itself or oneself. To distance something. So when we say subhanallah, we say we distance Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from every or any sort of imperfection or incompletion. That's what subhanallah means. So when we say subhanallah, we're saying, Allah, you are free from what these actions, the actions of these people who claim to represent Islam do. You are free of that. That is not Islam. You are free of the injustices and double standards of the media. That's what we say. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is directing our attention to Him, away from the injustices that we have very little power in dealing with, and saying, think about me. Think about my perfection. Your interest, your best interest is with me. So think about me. And pray in sujood. And I'm sure many of us has experienced this. That when the world seems to close on us, we feel that there is no way out. The pressures are from all sides. We have that feeling to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and pray. And it's when you prostrate, in that state of humbleness and submission, your heart seems to open up. And you just cry and complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then when you get up, you feel a lot of that burden off your shoulders. If you haven't experienced this, next time you feel the pressures of life, regardless of the reasons, then try this. Go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and prostrate and complain to Him. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us. That when you feel these pressures, go to Him. Complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No matter how much you complain to the media, or how much you try and refute the actions of these khawarij, these extremists, it only goes so far. But when you complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah hears every word you say. And in light of Ramadan, let's put this into action, brothers and sisters. I want you, as I explained last week, let the theme of this Ramadan be the theme of how good I feel during Ramadan. How good it feels to perform prayer, to perform Taraweeh, to visit your family, to have these gatherings and dinners, iftar with each other. How good it feels to be with the community in Taraweeh. How good it feels to break your fast and to fast. All of us, we excel in doing good deeds during the month of Ramadan. Think of how good it feels, so that you can use it for the rest of the year until the next Ramadan, where you'll re-energize yourself. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَكُنْ مِنَ السَّاجِدِينَ. Prayer. وَعَبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينَ. And worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until certainty comes to you, meaning death. Worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Excel in worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you ever need anything, then you know where to go. If you ever have a problem, then you know who can solve that problem for you. Ramadan is coming up. Let us make this the best Ramadan we have ever witnessed, in light of the sorrow that we feel. And we condemn these attacks once again. As a community, as your representative, I condemn these attacks. They do not represent Islam, and you all know the refutations, and you all have heard this for the past 15 years. But it's on us to do something about it and to perform what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has recommended for us. Prayer, my brothers and sisters, is magic for the believer. Pray. Make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you have that burden, prostrate. Put yourself in humiliation and submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahi, I have felt this myself when I was alone in Jordan. When you prostrate and you complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it really lifts a lot. And know that regardless of how much they try to attack Islam, how much they try to marginalize religious Muslims, not all Muslims, they're not after Muslims, they're after religious Muslims. And if you read the articles about this individual, he became more Islamic. That's all you hear. If you started dressing more Islamically. Just to tell people that if you become a Muslim, if you become more religious, that you become a terrorist. And they forget us 800 people who are in here. They forget the millions of other Muslims who are pious, good Muslims, who perform their 5 prayers, who fast the Ramadan, who give their zakah, who perform Hajj. They forget about them, they don't care about them. And the good that they do and they perform. Unfortunately. We all, who knows when this will end. So prayer, my brothers and sisters, أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. just a few rulings in terms of Ramadan. Number one, and I keep reiterating this so everyone hears it. If during your fast you are confused or you don't know whether you broke your fast or not, continue fasting and ask a sheikh, ask myself or ask someone else. Do not say, oh, I probably broke my fast, I'll just continue eating so I'm not tired. It might be that you didn't break your fast, and then when you start eating, now you intentionally broke your fast and you have to pay the major expiation, which is $150. You don't want that. So if you don't know, if you're not sick, you're not traveling, you're not, and the other reasons, continue fasting and ask. Okay? Number two, women who are pregnant and breastfeeding, you have the option of breaking your fast. You don't have to fast. Okay? And in fact, it's recommended that you don't fast so that you can take care of yourself and your child. Do not overburden yourself. It's not part of piety to overburden yourself. It's part of piety to take the ease which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided you. So, if you feel like you need to break your fast, then break your fast. If you feel like you have the strength, but you're willing to take the option, take the option. Break your fast, take care of yourself, take care of your child, make it easy on you, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as He says in the verses of fasting, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants ease for you, and He doesn't want hardship for you. Because a lot of us, we say, oh, I want to fast. We have that spirit in Ramadan. We like fasting with everyone. We like feeling the blessings of Ramadan. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says He doesn't want hardship for you. So break your fast. That might be more reward than actually fasting. So keep that in mind for women who are pregnant and are breastfeeding. Number three, what breaks fast is that which enters the mouth and the nose. That's it. Anything, whether it's edible or not, that intentionally you put in your mouth and swallow it, that breaks fast. However, what enters through the eyes, the ears, the genitals, or the rectum, excuse the language, that does not break fast. So if you have to take eye drops, go ahead. Ear drops, go ahead. And this is differed among scholars. So if you hear one sheikh say you cannot, that's an opinion between scholars. I take the opinion that it's only mouth and nose. Okay? Number 4 or 5, shots do not break fast. If you need to take a shot, that does not break your fast. By the consensus of scholars, I do not know of opinion of a scholar that says what enters your skin or through your skin breaks your fast. In fact, back in the day, there was a certain remedy in which they put plants and herbs in water. They would put the feet of the individual, the one who's ill, in that water. And that person who's being treated would say, I would taste the flavor in my throat. So scholars were asked, and they said that does not break fast, because skin is not one of the passageways to the organs of the body. So if you need to take a shot, that's fine. When it comes to mouthwash and toothpaste, brushing your teeth, I discourage it. But again, I recognize that here in America, you deal with non-Muslims who don't know what fasting is. You don't want your breath to be bad, because then they'll start saying, oh, Muslims have bad breath. That's the reality of it. So brush your teeth, use mouthwash, but lightly. Don't overdo it. And then wash your mouth completely and entirely after that. And in terms of our program here, the Taraweeh, inshallah, will start, Aisha will start at 9:30. Okay, Aisha is at 9:30. Quranic recitation by our beloved Sheikh Zuhair starts at 9 p.m. Taraweeh will be around right after Aisha, which is around 9:45. The youth program, we have a special youth program for Ramadan, the entire month of Ramadan. Every day there's a program for all ages. I'm taking care of the 8 to 10, 11 through 14, and the high school. So 3 groups. 8 to 10 is one group. They'll be with Sister Noura in the Pillars Academy. 11 through 14 will be with my friend Muhammad al-Sheikh, who's helping us out this month, upstairs in the library. Both groups will pray Aisha, and then they'll leave the prayer hall and go to their designated rooms. They'll have their own program. The junior high students will have a Taraweeh for themselves and their own program. Inshallah, it'll be very nice, so please bring them and support us. The high school students, they have a program Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays after the Khatira. My Khatira will be after the 4th rak'ah of Taraweeh. After that, I will take them out just these 3 days. because I want the high school students to get used to actually praying. So the rest of the week they'll pray, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. After the khatira, they will leave with me to one of the rooms that are open or maybe outside, and they'll have their own discussion with me. Every Saturday and Sunday, with the exception of tomorrow, the masjid has an iftar dinner. Tickets are purchased with the administration if you would like to attend every Saturday and Sunday, with the exception of tomorrow. Tickets are available at the bookstore here and at with the administrators. Likewise, the schedule for Ramadan, you'll find it all over the masjid. There will be a Quran class for the youth group from 3:30 to 15 at 5 p.m. That will continue today. Pillars Academy is now open for summer registration. Stop by Pillars Academy for more information. Quest Preparatory Academy is having its first end of the year award ceremony and fundraising iftar at 6 p.m. on June 14th at the Mission Viejo Community Center. Guest speaker will be Sheikh Jamal Diwan. Tickets are $30 a person. Children under 12 are free, and babysitting is available. Purchase tickets online at Quest Prep Academy. The website is a little bit long. You're not going to remember it, so you can ask me for it. I have it right here. Please support the masjid during the month of Ramadan. Have your checkbooks ready. Get those fingers loosened, inshallah. May Allah reward us all. Remember, in Ramadan, it's a lot of reward, and the spirits are high. May Allah bless you and your wealth and your children's wealth. Inshallah, you'll see your children grow up in health and prosperity and sadaqah, and we'll have our own chat and sadaqah, inshallah. Many virtues to it. Make dua for the mother of Brother Nasir Muhammad Sufi, who is sick. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to heal her quickly and give her health and extend her life. Also for sister Saria, who is having a kidney transplant today, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make her operation easy and to restore her health quickly and grant patience to her and her family. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let this trial be expiation for her sins and to reward her for her patience. And make dua for Brother Najibullah Rahmani, who passed away. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive him, to all Muslims. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make his grave a paradise. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive him for his sins and to forgive him for any mistakes or shortcomings he may have fallen into. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا، وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا، وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا، واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير، واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر. اللهم اقسم لنا من خشيتك ما تحول به بيننا وبين معصيتك، ومن طاعتك ما تبلغنا بها جنتك، ومن اليقين ما تهون به علينا مصائب الدنيا، ومتعنا اللهم بأسماعنا وأبصارنا وقوتنا ما أبقيتنا، واجعله الوارث منا، واجعل ثأرنا على من ظلمنا، وانصرنا على من عادانا، ولا تجعل مصيبتنا في ديننا، ولا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا. اللهم بلغنا رمضان، اللهم بلغنا رمضان، اللهم بلغنا رمضان. اللهم وفقنا للقيام والصيام وغض البصر وحفظ اللسان وتلاوة القرآن. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us in this month. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase our good deeds. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase the amount of Muslims who come and join us in Taraweeh. We want to see these halls filled in Ramadan and after Ramadan. أقول قولي هذا وأقم الصلاة.